Modern methods of teaching. There's books all over the place. They seem so pointless, but I'm really deeply concerned that they're all part of a puzzle, and I'm going to have to remember all of the titles and run all over the house for them. Botanical allies. Oh. Staircase kind of matches the old one, so... We are in chapter 4 now. I see bunny, I see sun, I see fish. Oops. Oh. Yelled at me. Alright, I pushed the buttons in the wrong order. The Fox and the Crow. One evening, a fox was in search of something to eat for dinner. He saw a crow sitting on a tree branch holding a piece of tasty cheese in her beak. So the fox came up with a plan. He walked up to the crow and complimented her shiny black feathers. The crow was suspicious of the fox and kept her beak tightly closed on the cheese. The fox kept on charming the crow, describing her the most majestic of all birds, with a big strong beak.
Oh, what a song that beak must make! It must be the song of the queen. Please, beautiful crow, let me hear it.
Flattered by the praise, the crow forgot all about her suspicion and also her dinner. She opened her beak wide and uttered her loudest caw, and down fell the cheese, straight into the fox's open mouth. Stupid bird. Anyway. Crow? Where's the cheese button? Alright, it's gonna yell at me. Honeycrisp, Fuji, Gala, Granny Smith, Brayburn, Red, Golden Delicious, and Macintosh. Yeah. I totally forgot about Honeycrisp and Fuji and Gala. My son I just read this fable for his homework. Oh, really? I believe it's called The Fable of the Stupid Bird. Wonders of the Night Sky. It's a book. And it's got the same symbol as on that is here. So we got the fox, or we've got the crow and the night sky. But like, what order do you read them in? Which one's volume 1? Alright, we have to head upstairs. I'm looking at every single little book. I'm like, which one? They're everywhere. The Golden Fish. One bright morning, a poor fisherman caught a shining golden fish. The fish cried, "Please let me live. I'm not a fish, but a prince enchanted by a wicked spell." So the fisherman let the fish go free. When the fisherman's wife learned of this, she demanded the fish grant a wish in return for its freedom, a cottage instead of the hovel where they lived. So the fisherman returned to the shore, and the fish granted their wish. But the wife was greedy and demanded riches, a palace, and servants, all while the ocean became darker and the shore was black with dirt. Finally, the wife wished to be so powerful that she could grant wishes for herself. In return for this greedy request, the fish revoked all of the wishes it had granted. After that, the ocean became blue again, the shore clean, and the fisherman never saw the golden fish ever again. Alright. The moral of that story is women are dumb. Sorry, it's like it's a book from like the 1800s. Of course that was the moral. I'm not saying I believe that personally. I just want to make that clear. Your company is respectfully solicited at New Year's Ball to be given at Somerset Hall, Thursday the 4th, January 1860. Supper is at 6 o'clock. Good music is in attendance. E. Grimes, proprietor. Cousin, wash your hands and accompany me. You won't find a husband at the bottom of the garden. T. My cousin invited me on a date. How lovely. You assume the wife would get turned into a wish-granting fish? Oh, that would have been a better ending. The hare and the tortoise at midday. A hare and a tortoise took a walk together. The hare moved so quickly and noticed the tortoise struggling to keep up. The hare laughed and challenged the tortoise to a race. The tortoise accepted. A course was decided and the race began. The hare immediately leapt out of sight, but laid down to take a nap, sure that the tortoise would never catch up. The tortoise plodded slowly on, making its way towards the finish line. When the hare awoke from his nap, he opened his eyes just in time to see the tortoise slowly crawling slowly across the finish line. Proud hare had been so sure that he would win, he underestimated the tortoise. The tortoise crossed the finish line. He exclaimed, "Slow and steady wins the race." All right. So the moral of all these stories: crows, women, and rabbits are dumb. The Rising Sun. Yeah, that's a book. In this night book, let me just double check that before I start mashing. The Wonders of the Night Sky. Okay. Cool. Without those, I would have no idea. Alright. So. Fish, morning, midday, night, bird. No? Morning, fish, bird, crow, night. There we go. Like, it didn't really say, like the sun bookended, or if they were, like, in between. Like, I figured, like, the rising sun probably could come before the fish. But, like, the night sky, I couldn't remember if the crow was, like, in the night. Anyway, whatever, I solved the puzzle. Sunset, 1st of May, red, orange, yellow, pink. Sunset, 22nd of May, blue, yellow, pink, orange. Sunset, 8th of July, blue, purple, pink, orange. Brilliant observations. Green, blue, pink, orange. Purple, red, orange, yellow. Oh my god, and these dates probably matter. May, July, October, April. So April's the first one. Croy, Boip, Bippo, Bipro, Gibapo. There, memorized. Nightfall, Lilium Hesperides. Hesperides? Hesperides. Yeah, there you go. Hesperides. I vaguely recall my grandmother studying the nightfall when I was young. Alright. Oh no, there's more. Alright, hang on. Nightfall progress. I've been trying to encourage the nightfall to bloom for a little while now. I'm determined to prove it's more than just a myth. So far, I have deduced that the flower opens at sunset, and only during a particular time of year. When exactly that occurs still remains a mystery to me. I shall plant a few more seedlings tomorrow and continue my research. Tasks for this month: monitor nightfall seedlings, rose plantings, list or collect field samples, seed collection. Alright, what do we got? Key to the study. Alright, grandma's research. My grandma? I still haven't determined if I'm Annabelle or not. Like, it's kind of up in the air. Like, I'm straight up 50-50 on whether I'm Annabelle or not. What do we have here? Lindley appointed chair of the Botany University of College London after an esteemed early career as an assistant secretary to the Horticultural Society and admission of one of the youngest ever fellows to the Linnean Society. John Lindley plans to elevate the science of botany. Wait, is John Lindley the guy we hate? I can't remember. He spoke thus in his inaugural lecture. It has been very much the fashion of late years in this country to undervalue the importance of this science and to consider it an amusement for ladies rather than... Yeah, this is the guy we hate. An amusement for ladies rather than an occupation for the serious thoughts of man. Lindley also challenged the Linnean classification system and proposed many changes. Alright. Where's Grandma's service rifle? Because I, like, you know, there's one way this is going to end. And I'm okay with that. Alright, we got a key to the study. Study's probably nowhere near the library. Here we go. The study. Ah, and our seeds. Sapphire Gloom. Wait, is that a mushroom? Judging by the name, I don't believe this to be an edible mushroom. Only one way to find out. Tree diseases. Red tree pox. If a tree is infected with red tree pox, many small red spots will be visible on the bark. It can usually be cured by adding fertilizer to the soil of a tree. Excuse me. Hypoxylin. Hypoxylin causes black patches to form on the bark of a tree. It's usually a sign that the tree is lacking in hydration and won't stay alive for much longer. Root parasite. The root parasite is a fungus that forms purple rings on the bark and roots. The parasite leaches the nutrients that the tree receives from the soil. Eventually, it causes the tree to dry out and lose all of its leaves. There is currently no known cure. Bark rust. Bark rust is a disease that isn't very harmful to the tree. It is usually caused by excess hydration and too much sunlight. Neat. Egg. 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 Okay, so there's 12 eggs here. They're different birds. The egg size seems to relate directly to the size of the bird. Meadow orchards of Britain. Yep. My dear friend, I have been pondering these last weeks. What could be the best way to see your remarkable flora reach a wider world? Since it is so seldom we are able to see our work published. Considering your uncle's reputation in the scientific field, have you considered asking him to publish your herbarium under his name? May not give you the recognition you deserve personally, but it would be a way to reach your goal of adding to the scientific record on botany. Do consider it. I would hate for such an important research to stay hidden away. With warmest regards, Anne. Alright, we're going to come back here in just a second, but I want to see... Who is my uncle? John Green. See a lot of Johns. But none of them seem to be John Lindley. I just wanted to double check that that assbutt of a professor wasn't related to us directly. You know, tainting our bloodline. Would be unacceptable. Arabella, I have some more books from the department that may be of interest for your research. One I recall was a favorite of your father's. If you have any trouble when you visit the college, tell the secretary you are collecting materials for your uncle. So long as they are returned before the summer ends, the other professors won't notice. Best of luck with your research, Uncle Theodore. Mushroom food sources. Just like plants, fungi need food sources to grow strong and healthy. However, some fungi haven't always had access to the nutrients through the soil and have evolved ways to retrieve it in different ways. This means that they have become carnivorous because they only acquire nutrients they need by consuming other living organisms such as flies, bugs, and plants. I thought we were going to start growing mushrooms out of the sausages in the smoke hut. Some mushrooms even get their nutrients from feeding on another type of plant, fungus, or parasite. Ah, interesting. Mushrooms growing on a tree usually is a sign that they're consuming the tree, so you should remove them immediately. Not always the case. Arabella has been writing on her library books. I think the professors will notice that. Okay. So the root parasite. Did see some trees on a mushroom out there. Hang on. You there. Tree diseases. Mushroom book. Did we... So we got the seed here, right? And I think I know what to do with this. Do we have... Yes. Okay. I need this plant. I need this soil. The sapphire gloom. Go ahead and water you. Come with me. Much to show you, young mushrooms. Where... It's not the parasite. No, it wasn't in the orchard. Is it over here? I swore I saw like yeah, over here. Hello? I mean, this was the thing. There's a tree with mushrooms on it. I thought for sure we'd see the disease. We're looking for parasites on a tree. All right. And we'll hang on to you for now. But we should spy on the other trees. Don't see any diseased ones over here. We're probably 1,000,000 miles away. Like running back to the beginning of the game seems like a more advanced problem that we wouldn't have come across yet, right? Like, I don't think we've stepped up to that level of difficulty yet where we need to run across the entire map to find where to put these things. Are you diseased? You look fine. Alright. Oh, hey. Well, if it isn't a brilliantly diseased tree right here. Oh my god. It's taking over. Oh. Sapphire Gloom, Scythe. Satharella Corulia. The Sapphire Gloom is a wildly misunderstood mushroom. It grows commonly on trees, and as opposed to popular belief, the mushroom consumes its parasites rather than the tree itself. Yay. What are you doing, kitty? My cat's knocking things off of shelves. Classic kitty. Okay. But did cool stuff happen over here? You just got prettier. Wonder if that branch was blocking the door before. Dearest Arabella, I was taking a walk along a river in Somerset recently, and I noticed a sight that I just had to write you about. Your cat started knocking over the biggest, heaviest houseplant you have every night to establish dominance, you assume. Yeah, sounds right. You gotta put those plants in their place. In the water, I saw a Brook Challice blooming. Brook Challice. I've never seen it or heard of it flowering before. None of my books mentioned of it. It was so beautiful. You have any ideas what could have caused this? Ever your friend, Edith. Trapped fairy. Let me in. My cat has a game she just absolutely loves. Okay, bird eggs, a letter about weeds, a fairy painting. Is that a letter about weeds? Is this flower a weed? Oh, a cradle fern. Okay. Another clue? Fern painting. You need the actual seed, though. Ah, there it is. Oh, this is a different one. This is the cradle fern. In past years, these ferns have been drastically declined on the banks, so I feel compelled to research any changes in their environment. They like bird eggs. That's all I know. Somerset Society for Wildlife Protection offers a petition to be presented to the Honorable House of Commons. In recent years, hunts have been taking place near the Somerset rivers. Tragically, this has led to a decline or even extinction of some bird species. No longer can we hear their beautiful chime-like calls. We call upon the government to regulate hunting near the rivers of Somerset. We ask that they respect the breeding times of the wildlife. If you agree, please sign below and return this letter to us. No expense attends signing. Your signature, Arabella Green. Okay. aquatic weed removal. Do you have a pond? You want to swim in it? Is it covered in slimy weeds? We're specialized in removing the following weeds: algae, Himalayan balsam, Brook Challice, and duckweed. Make an appointment today. Okay, so Brook Challice is a weed, which I think is not you. Bird eggs are not a clue for you. Alright. See, now it's getting confusing because we're researching like a dozen things at once. Alright. What do we got here? Cradle fern. I did feed the cats, yes. You're welcome. Yeah, that's just classic cat behavior. Okay. Alright. The cradle fern cares about eggs. But what kind of eggs specifically? Cradle fern cares about the blue ones. Well, the raindroppy ones. I was looking right at it. Which one are those? The crested owl egg. What's a crested owl? And where am I going to find one of those? Do I need an owl? Maybe? To, who at this flower? Oh, a key to the attic.